Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Room's Cozy Kitchen. This is me on my cozy couch with a cozy bowl of what? You want to know what this is? Well, it's what we're making today. It is chicken and dumplings, the most coziest meal you can think of, right? I know some people like to make their own chicken themselves. For this one, I think it's easier to get a pre-made roasted chicken. It's very easy, saves on time. Let's say you got some leftover roasted chicken the night before. You made that, you got some leftover, you pick it, this is what you make with it. This is the only recipe you make with it. First things first, let me talk about carrots. Me personally, you wash your carrots, you don't peel it, all right? It's vitamins and good stuff inside the peels. So just make sure you wash it. You don't have to peel it. And for this, honestly, I like a nice little chunk. So what we're gonna do, get the carrot like that. You're moving around, we're gonna split it. So we're just gonna cut it in half like that. Just like that, easy. On to the celery. Do a little half moons too. And we're cutting away. This just reminds me of the time Gilligan was up here, our first guest on Cozy Kitchen. Do you remember that? Better knife skills than me. That guy.
Now you got your veg, alright? Small dices for the celery.
Just reminds you of just like those nostalgic, heartwarming moments like that. I love Gilligan so much. And I think he loves me too. He's here licking himself right now because he's the real OG. He just turned 18. He's living. He just cooked in front of a studio audience. Now that there's Air Bud and then there's Gilligan on that Mount Rushmore of animal actors. There's Petey, Air Bud, Gilligan, and Wishbone. Wishbone's definitely up there. Can't forget Wishbone. We're gonna cut this onion up. Some chilled dices. Don't cry like me. I think it was a video we had of me just crying. You know, when you get your shallot, it's a good time to let some tears out. It's okay to cry sometimes. I like to cry from laughter. That's the best type of crying. We cut that up. It's good to go. We're gonna sit the veggies to the side. Now we're gonna get into this chicken. My eyes are watering.
So Rome, you gotta tell us all about your favorite scene from Cozy Kitchen.
My favorite scene from Cozy Kitchen would have to be the Dorito Furikake moment. Me coming in, I showed my range. I played the young child in that scene, and I think it was just like a beautiful moment to show what the show was about, the comedic timing of it, the storytelling. It was poetic in a sense. It's just like Shakespearean, and it was good food. Teardrop moment, singular tear. That was my favorite moment.
Also my favorite scene.
When you get a rotisserie chicken at the supermarket, usually they tie it up. This one, I took the twine off. And what I like to do is just take these wings off. Save these for stock. If you're not gonna make your own chicken stock for this recipe, you wanna speed it up a bit, definitely save your bones and put them in a Ziploc bag, throw them in your freezer for next time. But these, let's make great stock. I like to bust the thighs open like that, just rip it, boom, boom. And you got a little meat here. I think they call this the cheeks. But we take that, that's a good meat right there. And then you got this bone. Put that there, boom. Separate your meat. And then what I like to do is get this breast, come from the back, pull this skin off. And we're gonna ditch the skin. We're not gonna save the skin for the stock, but I'm just putting it in the bowl because, that's what we're doing. So boom, and I like to hit these thighs up first. So you got the joint right here. Let's rip that, skin off. You can get meat out of the drumstick, right? You just gotta be very careful. There's a lot of cartilage and weird stuff here, but take the meat out of that. The thighs, pretty straightforward. A lot of meat. Love the dark meat. Boom, save these bones, boom, boom, boom. So look, I'm breaking this down. I'm at the breast now. Just getting the big chunks. So look at that, we got down to it. This, we're gonna save that. Boom. Now we got all this beautiful chicken. We got the white and dark meat living in harmony as it should be. What I'm gonna do now is we're gonna chop this. We want it to be chunky, but not too crazy. We'll just run our knife through it. So we got a little guest right here. Somebody want a piece of chicken. Hello, Gilligan. Yeah, get it. Come on, come on. Okay, there you go. He's the mascot of this spot. He's been a security guard. He's been a confidant. He's been everything. But look at this, boom. I'm gonna take this chicken, we're gonna sit it to the side. All right, so now we got everything ready to start making this gravy. So we're gonna take it over to the stove. Before we get into this, I wanna tell you guys a story about me and this pot right here. Call it Big Red. His heritage is Dutch. We've cooked quite a few many things in there. I don't know if you remember. Everyone out there should invest in a good Dutch oven for your life partner. So I have to say about that. What we're gonna do to make the gravy is we're gonna saute the veg in some butter. Good amount of butter, a little bit of salt, sweat that out, get it nice and translucent. All right, so another secret to making to get a nice chickeny home style flavor is a few things. We got this right here, this is the key. This is celery seed. This is just like, if you've had like chicken powders, bouillon, whatever, it's like, I don't know, I think they be putting this in there, bro, on some of these. It's just an intense chickeny flavor to me. Celery seed. So while this is sauteing and sweating, I like to add my celery seed. Let that cooking. Another thing too is when this is going, we're gonna add that chopped thyme to it. Yeah, this right here is change your life, the smells. And then we're gonna add some flour to it, cook that out for about 2 minutes, get that raw flour taste out of it. And then we're gonna add our chicken stock and our milk. And I think this will be the perfect time to add some of my chopped sage. And that sage is just adding that nice homey vibe to it. Mix that up, make sure it's well incorporated and there's no lumps of flour. We don't want that. A little bit of salt, pepper to taste, and then we're gonna add our chicken to that, and we're gonna let that come together, get a little thick. We're gonna start making our dumplings, but while you're doing this, the viscosity, I said that right, the viscosity of this is like somewhat thick, but not too crazy. So what we're gonna wanna do is put this to the laziest of simmers, like the lowest you can go while you make the dumplings. I'll reiterate this again. Laziest of simmers. Now we're gonna make these dumplings. Now it's time to make these dumplings. And this is super, super easy. This mixture right here, it's like so easy. So right here I got flour in the bowl, some salt, some of that baking powder. And what we're gonna do is get a spoon, whisk, and we're gonna make sure that's evenly distributed. And also while you're doing this, make sure your base of your chicken and dumplings is doing all right. You go back, you give it a stir. Don't be afraid to add another splash of chicken stock. If you're taking a little long on the dumplings, that's totally fine. Then what we're gonna do, oh, can't forget the black pepper. I like a lot of black pepper in my mix. Then we're gonna make a well, right? I'm gonna add my butter into that well. I'm gonna add my milk. I'll add about half of the milk. Get a spoon and just start mixing that up. I do all the milk actually. And you just wanna stir this. You could do it all in the bowl. You don't have to turn it out and do nothing crazy until a dough starts to form, right? It's gonna start out pretty shaggy, but you're gonna keep going and you're gonna get like a nice little dough out of it. And think of it like a biscuit dough or something like that. You don't want to overwork it and then they become tough. You don't want that. So you're gonna mix and make sure everything is good to go, but still gonna be light with it though. You could Use an ice cream scoop, a little mini one for more precision. But we home style, we cozy. Look, I'm gonna keep it buck. I don't have a little ice cream scoop or whatever, the little thing like that. So we're gonna use a spoon and we're gonna do a little, my attempt at quenelles. Something like that. Oh, I forgot. Frozen peas. If you want to know what the exact measurement is, you can find this recipe and many more on Food 52's website. Also, like and subscribe. But we're going to put these frozen peas in there. Oh, beautiful. That's amazing. Now we're going again. Drop the dumpling. All right, so I turned the heat up a little bit. And we're going to let this cook, the dumplings cook for about 10 minutes with the lid on. Get that heat in there. I'll turn it up slightly. And that's chicken and dumplings. We'll see what we're working on after.
If you had one lesson that you've learned shooting Cozy Kitchen, what's your lesson to share in this moment, cozy on the couch?
Be yourself, you know, especially when you're in the kitchen, all right? If it's something you want to make and it's something you like, just do the things you like. The scariest part of cooking is actually getting in the kitchen, getting your ingredients, and just like taking that step to do it.
How do you know when the dumplings are done?
When they start to float, and also what we'll do is we'll pick one up, cut it open, and see what we're working with there, right? That's what we're looking for right there. Nice, fluffy, good to go. I think there's a game. There's a game. Look at this. But look at this. Let me scoop up a bowl here. Some nice, this beautiful flaky dumpling. Well, that's simple. This is real soul food right here. Get some of the chicken gravy on it. And another thing I want to say about this before we go any further is, let's say you got leftovers, right? You can definitely take your dumplings out and store them separately. And then if you're gonna reheat this gravy, I will add a little bit more water or chicken stock, get it going, and then throw your dumplings by how many people. Like, these are pretty big, so probably one will do, or 1.5. And then add your dumplings accordingly. I want to get a bite of everything. Some chicken, some carrots, a little celery, pea situation. Look at that steaming. It's a perfect bite. So tender, creamy, flavorful. Wow. This is bringing me back to the old days. You want to know something too? All the times I've eaten food with you guys, I've just taken bites. That's my favorite part of videos. Just doing this and here we go. What do you think, Gilly? We had so many good times together, guys. Hot dogs, Dorito Furikake, baked ziti, cocoa nibs. Oh my God, we can't forget.
Filming the music video for Cocoa Nib.
The wildest thing we've made on this show that blew my mind was the halal wings. That was pretty out there. It was a cool recipe, you know? Check this recipe out on food52.com. Check me out, my Instagram, Nappy Fried Chicken, 2 eyes in the fry. This is good. This is lovely. You're lovely. Peace out.